I've lived for about 18 years, and in those approximately 18 years, I've learned one very important thing. Reddit comics are very cringe. You want to know why? Well, let's start with Pizza Cake comics. First of all, the main subreddit for making fun of comics, Bone Hurting Juice, banned posting Pizza Cake because the creator of the comic threatened legal action. And I don't think that's going to amount to anything because, at least in the United States, cringe edits are covered under freedom of speech. But back to the r/comics subreddit. Why is the Pizza Cake comic bad? Well, for one, it follows the pattern of the generic millennial comic with a quirky 30-something-year-old woman and a husband who looks like Adam Conover if he ditched the glasses and wore something casual. This is not a great thing for comics since originality is what makes a lot of comics really shine and, end up being great. The second thing I dislike about the Pizza Cake comic is the strawmanning of political opponents. It's clear she lives in some Californian city, like I do, and except never talks to anyone outside of her political bubble. Normally I hate political comics as they are filled to the brim with mischaracterizations of political arguments, loaded questions, ad hominem, and all types of fallacies. The extra irony of this comic here is that it was made after Donald Trump won, and in this win, almost every minority, be it ethnic, racial, LGBT, and religious like Jewish and Muslim, shifted rightward. But anyway, I did not want this whole video to be about Pizza Cake, so let's go on to other random comics and I'll say why they're bad. Here's the first one, and this is bad for two reasons. Furries is the one, and second, America is diversity is kind of debatable. Like, you could argue that the advances in tech are sort of because of diversity. Like, you have a lot of Indians and people from other European countries who are more recent immigrants, but for most of America's history, their achievements were done in a not so diverse country. And you know how political Pizza Cake was, right? Well, funny thing is that Redditors seem to have a knack at making any mainstream subreddit political instead of just creating a new subreddit to post political content instead. So here's one called Slap a Tariff, and it's about Donald Trump's tariffs. And the interesting thing about this one is it looks like it was done using rigs that come with Adobe Animate or something. I don't think this guy drew them himself. And the interesting thing about this one and political cartoons on r/comics is none of them are really super exaggerated in terms of their expressions, and they don't have much fluidity to them like the classic political cartoons, and they're much worse off for that. The next cringe comic comes from a comic called Tiff and Eve. It follows the same formula of strawmanning all political opponents as Nazis if they disagree with them, even if they really like Jews. There is actually a name for this kind of thing, and it's called Holocaust trivialization. This basically means making a comparison that downplays the scales and the horrors of the Holocaust, such as saying someone's a Nazi because they disagree with you politically, as a common example. As for the other accusations, I don't see how he's a racist, but he's definitely transphobic in the sense that he's against transgender ideology, and that's still something that's being debated, whether it's good or bad. But I have a video from 2 years ago that gives my opinion on it, and it really hasn't changed, so you can go see that if you want to know my opinion. They would have actually totally had me with this comic on their side, if they had mentioned the situation with the Tesla mines in Congo. And I think Elon Musk is in the wrong for not doing anything about that, because it's his company. But they don't mention that at all, so yeah, I'm not really on their side with the comic. Finally, before this video gets too long, I need to address a genre I'm seeing, which is orange caricatures of Trump. And it's the same thing people have been doing since 2016, but hey, at least it brings back nostalgic memories from that year, right?
Hello guys, this is Suf Oat. Today we are playing...
Well, that's it for this video. Enjoy your day, people, and bye.